Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another announcement video. Wow, PS2 Freak just loves to do his announcement videos all the time, doesn't he? Ha ha ha. Actually, I kind of don't, but, when you're kind of busy with a lot of things going on in your life, things tend to get very busy and tend to get very chaotic around the life of PS2 Freak. So, I first of all want to apologize to those of you expecting another video of mine, like a Let's Play or something like that, because, quite frankly, like I said, I've just been really busy with life. And I know in the previous Nothing video, I talked about how, I'm doing a project for my church, and it's going to take a lot of time. Quite frankly, I am pretty much almost done. I am writing a book right now for my church's history, and it's going to be, I feel, kind of a small book, but we'll see what happens, because I have 10,000 freaking pictures that people have given me, which I appreciate the fact that they have given me all of their photographs of my church over the years. But my goodness, 10,000 freaking pictures, ladies and gentlemen. So many pictures. I hopefully am going to put those in the book. I'm not quite sure. But we'll see what happens. Again, we will truly see what happens. In fact, now that I think about it, I still have a ton of pictures to scan, which is just whoa. I have way more things to scan than I realized, which is just, Anywho, the deadline for the book and pretty much finishing up this project is the 28th of August of this year, 2025. It is the 21st of August in 2025 when I'm recording this, and I'm freaking out. I am having a literal panic attack. I woke up early this morning, and I told myself that I was going to write the book. And then I was extremely tired all of a sudden, and I'm like, screw it. I'll just, wake up a couple hours later. And then I woke up a couple hours later, and I'm like, shoot, I have to fold the laundry and put the laundry away, because Roomba Squirrel has been after me to do that for a couple of days now, and my brain has just been going to brain rot because I enjoy looking at the brain rot that is on YouTube, especially on YouTube Shorts, which, speaking of that, I'm actually deciding to kind of move away. As of today, as of right now, as of this recording, I'm deciding to kind of move away from looking at YouTube stuff. Unless it is with Roomba Squirrel, I'm moving away from it, because I'm realizing a lot of it just takes up a lot of my time and a lot of my energy, and I experience this with editing my YouTube videos. And I think that is pretty much the main reason why I just haven't been really editing and uploading Let's Plays and stuff, because every time I watch them or edit them and stuff, my brain just starts going into the brain rot mode, which is low energy, not feeling like doing anything, not having the willpower, so to speak, to actually do stuff. So I want to take a break from watching YouTube stuff. I want to focus a ton, especially this week, on my book, and I want to get that thing done, man, because this thing has been on my brain since probably right before Roomba Squirrel and I got married in 2023. So it's been chipping away at me, folks. It has been chipping away at me. In addition to all the other things that have been chipping away at me, such as trying to clean my house and trying to, do other things that need to be done. And Hellish Monkey's been commandeering me to help him out with some things, which I find actually kind of fun, not going to lie. And I'm going to have him come over to my house, and we're going to work on some things in my yard that I feel like I really want to get taken care of. But stuff and things and stuff. But that's what's kind of been going on in my life. You'll also notice that this thing says Windows 11 Edition because I think about a month or two ago, I finally caved to Microsoft's begging of me to switch to Windows 11. Oh, man. What's a PS2 Freak video without me eating or drinking something? This black cherry sparkling water beverage from Food Lion is just amazing. It is delicious. It's sweet. It's perfect. I can't like it enough. I mean, it is so good. Anywho, random product placement for no apparent reason. Now I'm thirsty again. But yeah, I finally caved, and I decided to switch to Windows 11, and things are decent, I guess. The only issue I've noticed is that with like the past couple of live streams that have been up on the channel, like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, and I think my Minecraft level, my microphone volume has gone to shit, and I don't know why it's gone to shit. Other than, and I'm realizing this now, I think the tautness of the microphone itself on my headset is starting to kind of wear down a bit, because like every time I move my microphone close to my mouth, it does not stay. It like slowly moves away. And I don't know if that's because my microphone has become sentient and has discovered that I have bad breath, or it's just the whatever is losing its resiliency or whatever. Elasticity. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. But I don't want to have to get a new microphone. Like I have another microphone. I use it in personal things. Like I used it to record some things for my history exhibit for my church. It has fantastic quality. The problem is it's not a headset. It's one of those like podcast mics where you got to put it on a table and with it. So, I don't know. I don't know what really to say other than maybe I need a new mic headset, which again, I kind of don't want to do because this one has been great. I've had this thing since 2020. It's been 5 years and it's just worked wonderful for me. But I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, except for I noticed this issue more so when I switched to Windows 11, and I don't know how to properly resolve it or properly boost the sound of the microphone, because everything's at 100. Like the settings and stuff are at 100. Bandicam's not doing anything with it. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Windows 11 has this like spatial sound built in to where the microphone is suddenly, affected by the new Windows 11 settings that I have no idea how to get to. It could be the built-in stuff with my MSI laptop. I don't know. But if y'all can hear me clear, if it's loud enough for you, post in the comments below, let me know. Do the same thing on my live streams that I do, hopefully in the near future here. Because this is, I don't know what to do about this. I really don't know what to do about this. In fact, if we go to the Warriors Thunder Gang Discord, Melly posted some links that I may or may not post in the description of this video, where apparently the most recent update to Windows 11 corrupts the SSD, which is not a good thing. It is definitely not a good thing. I'm not sure if I have updated Windows 11 to this specific update, but I'm sure I probably will see some kind of a thing very soon, and I hope my SSD does not die because of the update. But I'm going to be very disappointed in Microsoft if that's the case. So, Yeah, do I regret updating to Windows 11? Not particularly. I do kind of like the way things look and how things kind of run, but if it's going to cause problems like that, I'm not exactly surprised because, yeah, it's it's putting a new operating system on a computer that's supposed to be designed for a specific operating system. I don't understand why when Microsoft thinks that it's a good thing to put a new operating system on old computers. It just, I don't know. It makes no sense to me. Somebody in the tech field, please post in the comments below as to what in the world's going on with that. But yeah, I don't get it. The other thing I don't get, speaking of tech stuff, is something that this one YouTube channel, and I can find the video as well to the, actually I think I posted it in the political side of the Warriors Thunder Gang channel here. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Louis Rossman. Louis Rossman. If you've ever heard of this guy recently has talked about changing your profile picture to Clippy. If you've ever heard of Clippy, he was my favorite Microsoft Office helper. He was kind of like an AI for Microsoft Office. Like, he would show you how to write a letter. He would show you how to write a book. He would give you tips and tricks. If you clicked on him, he would do little tricks of his own. And it was really cute, and I thought it was awesome, and I loved Clippy. He was just amazing. You also had like a ball and a dog, and I feel like there was a robot, but I'm not quite sure. I don't exactly remember. But there were these little things that Microsoft Office had built in that were like little helpers, and all they wanted to do was just help. They just wanted you to succeed in whatever project you were doing in Microsoft Word. And the Louis Rossman basically has taken Clippy and he has essentially like politicized it, and he is basically saying like, hey, let's say screw you overlords that are techies, you know, you and your silly AI tools that want to give people ads even though people just want help. They don't want ads that are supposedly tailored to them for products that they really don't want. So, like, blah. You know, I don't want to get political on this channel. I know I do like Trump and Obama and Clinton voices, but honestly, like, changing the profile picture to Clippy, I think is probably a good idea, because it's ridiculous that these tech companies, these big tech companies, are just throwing you with ads. They're taking your data. They're doing this, that, and the other with it. And it's like, can we just get privacy? Can we just go back to the days of Clippy, when all we wanted to do with computers was just write a paper, you know, and maybe get help from a cute little paper clip? Like, what the heck? What's so wrong with that? You know? You know what else is wrong, too? The fact that YouTube is making people do this age verification thing with photo IDs and credit cards and all that sort of stuff. I'm sorry, but the internet should not be a parent to a young child. The parent of the young child should be the parent to the young child and say, look, Sonny Jim, you are not going to look at PS2 Freaks videos, because you, number one, are not 18 and older, and number two, PS2 Freak and his buddies say a lot of goofy things that you should not be repeating, because they are primarily 18 and older goofy things, and you are younger than 18, so stop it. Like, parents need to lay down the law, not Google, not YouTube, not anybody else. And it's ridiculous that YouTube is all of a sudden doing this silly, like, oh, let's see your driver's license. Let's see your identification. Like, I don't want to give YouTube my identification. I don't want to give any website my identification. I don't want to give anybody my driver's license unless, like I'm being pulled over for speeding or something. Then it's like, all right, well, here, like put stuff on my thing because I was an idiot speeding. But for goodness sake, like, this is ridiculous that YouTube is doing this. And it's going to affect creators, especially small creators such as myself, who, I only have at this point 316 subscribers, and I appreciate every single one of them. But it's going to, like, squirrel over channels such as myself and larger channels like Kikoskia, who, they only have like 50,000 subs, but like with this additional crap that YouTube is putting on here, the content is not getting out to a wider audience like it used to. YouTube was a place back in the day where you could make videos and throw it out to whoever wanted to watch it. Like throw it out to the world. And now YouTube is a place where a lot of the world is just shut off from your content simply because you as a creator decided to, comply with the age restriction that YouTube has on there. And as the consumer, like, YouTube's forcing you to give your ID to them. And that's just not right. That is irrational to me. So if my channel somehow is forced to provide a driver's license or provide some kind of an ID before watching somebody else's video, if I get to that, because I haven't seen any of that just yet on my channel, knock on wood. But if I do get to that point where I do see that and I am forced to give my photo ID to YouTube, that's when I upload a video to YouTube saying, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but PS2 Freak is done as a channel. That is when I quit YouTube, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to go to Twitch because Twitch is allowing racist stuff, apparently. More information on that, you got to contact Hellish Monkey because he's got the links. But the fact that these platforms are just being stupid and these tech companies are just being stupid, this is ridiculous. So put your profile picture as a Clippy. I will link the YouTube video that I'm talking about into the description below as well. But yeah, this is just ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. It is just as ridiculous as PS2 Freak not uploading his Let's Plays and not taking the time out of his busy schedule to upload Let's Plays and do this, that, and the other. Like, gosh darn it, PS2 Freak, what the heck is wrong with you? Nah, I really do want to get back into doing Let's Plays. I miss doing Let's Plays. I want to do live streams. I want to redo Subnautica. I want to redo Bloodstained. I really want to finish Minecraft. I really want to finish Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. There's just so much content on there to stream that I can't wait to explore every aspect of it. I'm sure I'm going to discover more things with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 as time goes on. I really do hope that they make a Tony Hawk's Underground and Underground 2 remake, because, gosh, that would just be amazing. But I hope, if and when they do remake it, that they keep the storylines, because Pro Skater 4 is alright, and I enjoy playing it in Pro Skater 3 plus 4, but I do agree with people too that they really need to keep the campaign in there, and I hope they do, because it's Underground and Underground 2 are not going to be the same without the campaign. They're just not. So same thing with American Wasteland. Like, I would love a remake of American Wasteland, but if they don't put levels that you don't need to wait for a loading screen, if they don't do that, or if they don't do the story in there, again, I'm just going to be very disappointed. Like, very, very disappointed in that. But yeah, stay tuned, folks, for more content. I know there's this one awesome person named Wolf who we have been actually starting a campaign in this game called Sky. I do want to finish that too. So Wolf, like, well, I will message you when the time comes for me to say, all right, let's live stream Sky. I'm gonna also try to, live stream with you an hour before you need to do things as well, because I know, you've got to set time for a lot of things. So totally get that. But yeah, the future, I really feel like 2026 is going to be an even better year for PS2 Freak, because I have so many plans in my head, and once this big project with my church is pretty much done, like, I really want to focus on PS2 Freak, and I want to make a new logo. I want to make a new, just everything. Changes are going to come, and I hope that can happen in 2026. But anywho, I've been rambling on for 21 minutes now. I hope you all have watched this to the very end, because I'm about to end this. I'm going to do laundry, and then I'm going to go to work. But check out the links in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. August 28th is the deadline for me. Hopefully stuff will return a little bit better to the channel. I really do feel like fall 2025 is going to be a way better time for PS2 Freak, and then 2026 is going to just hopefully be even better. Things are going to change for the better, but yeah. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the subscriptions and the views. We are very close to actually reaching 3,000 video hour views, which to me is really crazy. And if we can get to 500 subscribers, that would be amazing too. But I do appreciate every single one of you watching my stuff and tuning into things and liking things and subscribing and all that sort of stuff. So again, thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to go do laundry. I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, folks. Until then.